Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I created these super cute felt gift card holders. One is the Sweetheart Candy inspired and the other is a teddy bear. I started off by using a piece of felt and a heart-shaped cutout. I took one of my child's crayons and I traced the shape of the heart onto the felt. A preferred method I would like to have used is chalk. It would be great on this felt, but I didn't have any. Once the heart was traced out, I then folded my felt fabric in half and I proceeded to cut the shape of the heart out. Now, I should have traced the heart twice, but I opted to go the lazy route and I was better off really tracing it twice. Once I cut the heart out completely, I went in and trimmed all the excess pieces of felt, making sure that the two hearts were even. I then took my scrap piece of felt and I cut a triangle piece. Then using an old card, I cut a square piece out of the felt and I used the card as a guide to measure how much I wanted to cut off. I did make a mistake by cutting it too short. I should have cut it a little bit longer, but it's okay. I worked with what I got. Next, I use an embroidery thread and needle, and I use this to sew the square to the heart. Now, I did make sure that when I sewed the square to the heart, that the crayon marking on the heart is on the inside and the square is on the outside of the heart. And I just simply went in a regular sewing fashion in and out of the felt, back and forth. And I try to go in a straight line, as straight as possible. I was also very careful not to poke myself. And when it was all done, this here is what it looks like. I made sure also to leave the thread on the outside, or I'm sorry, the inside of the heart, so that I could tie a knot and tie it together. And this is what it looks like. The heart now has a small pocket. I proceeded to put the hearts together, and then I started sewing the hearts with the embroidery needle and thread. And I repeated this process all along the edge of the heart, leaving a very small space. Now, when I threaded the needle, I did make sure to leave a little bit of slack. I also made sure I had plenty of thread to go all along the heart. Once I went all along the heart, I did leave a little opening so that I could stuff the heart with stuffing. Now, I didn't have any stuffing at the time, so I went ahead and used cotton balls. And I stuck them inside the heart, making it a little bit fluffy, but not too much. Once the stuffing was done, I sewed up the last part of the heart, and I tied a knot. Using fabric paint, I wrote letters on the front of the heart, and the pocket is on the back of the heart. Once all the letters were written on, I set the heart out to dry. I was careful not to smudge the letters, and I used a toothpick to clean it up a little bit. When I set that out to dry, I then took a teddy bear cutout and I traced that along onto the felt. Now, the crayon wasn't working too well, so I used a permanent marker and I repeated the same process. I cut out a square of the excess felt and I sewed it onto the teddy bear, onto the middle, and I sewed the teddy bear all around, leaving an opening. This time I did find some stuffing and I went ahead and stuffed the teddy bear. I made sure that I put enough stuffing inside the ears, the head, the arms, the legs, and in the belly. And when it was all stuffed, I was ready to close up the little teddy bear opening. Then going in with black fabric paint, I went ahead and put the little eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Now, to paint the mouth onto the teddy bear and the nose precisely, I went in with a toothpick and I created a small upside down triangle and 2 small hooks connected to it. I eventually made the eyes bigger because I did accidentally smudge it while putting the bow tie bow on the bear. I then went in with pink fabric paint and I drew a heart onto the pocket part of the teddy bear. And I simply colored the heart in. Now here's where I messed up. I tied a bow around the teddy bear's neck and I accidentally smudged his eye. Once I tied the bow, I cut the excess string off. Here I'm using yarn for the bow. I then took hairspray on a Q-tip and rubbed the paint off, and voila! And this is what it looks like when it's all done. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.